class akʷapika, Lelaina Jules, Mamachna empty, Histits, Heshkwi, and I have roots in Ahousaht too. Both are Nuchanoth nations. So I'm a visitor here in the Comox territory, and I just wanted to take the time to acknowledge that I am a visitor here and thank the Comox people for allowing me to do this work, this learning on your traditional unceded territory. Kleko, Gela Kasla. Today we are learning how to fillet chum. Chum is also known as dog salmon, and in Nuchanoth language, chum is hinkos, and the time of the year that the hinkos was caught is hinkos simch, and that means the moon of the dog salmon. That's when our people have known for, since time immemorial, for thousands of years, when to harvest the chum. I used to hate doing this part. I loved catching the fish. I grew up catching salmon with my dad since I could walk, being on a boat. Like, I probably learned how to walk on a boat. And I used to always feel bad for my mom for having to cut all our fish because we would catch a lot and she would have to do them all. And then finally, when I had my own child, my mom was like, nope, you're going to learn how to do it yourself. So the first time I ever did salmon, I was so proud of myself. I did 10 by myself. Salmon has always been the staple or the center or the connection that we've always had with our ancestors. And the reason why we know about this is because that information was passed down and we know it now. So thousands and thousands and thousands of years, our ancestors on the West Coast have known the importance and the way to preserve and catch and the landmarks on where to harvest the salmon. And for thousands of years, we've never taken too much. We've never overutilized it. We've always just taken what we need. And there's a relationship that we give back to. And you feel it year after year, and a lot of times it's hard to explain until you've been doing it for a long time and you realize how deep that connection is and how important it is to maintain a healthy connection with understanding salmon and working with salmon and eating salmon. And yeah, it's a part of our DNA. We kind of took different people's knowledge to be able to get the brine so we can smoke it perfectly and have it ready to share and taste the rewards of our knowledge and our connection. We always approach before the day even starts, before we get working, with the perspective of thanking the salmon for giving itself to us, allowing us to work with it, and to fill our tummies and to fill our brain and to fill our soul, which is our akʷapika, to keep that fed and satisfied. So I'm always thankful that the salmon has gifted itself to us before we even began. And if we keep that connection strong and alive and we honor it in a way, we'll always have salmon. I think it started with my father through commercial fishing. And then on the land, when we weren't fishing, it was through my grandmother, Jean, and my mother, Karen. They were, no other word but expert at it. They did all the smoking and all the jarring and all the brining and all that stuff. But when I was young, I was on the boat with my father. This time of year, we're beginning of May, we start fishing for salmon, and we do it for home first. So we make sure that our preserves are all, my parents and my grandma, we have enough salmon to last us. We're starting to prepare now for the winter. And then probably about June, July-ish, the commercial season used to go a lot longer when I was growing up, and we would start fishing and selling our salmon. And I didn't know that some people didn't do that. That's just how I grew up. You get out of school and you start going fishing. We would go out until probably, I guess we would finish doing halibut in about October-ish. But the salmon that we're smoking today, chum, that's the last kind of salmon that you're smoking for the year. And we would smoke them in big smokehouses, sometimes 60, 70, 80 at a time. And I say we would because that was me. There's still people doing that today. My mom and my brothers and sisters, they're still smoking salmon. And I'm still smoking salmon, just in a different way. The smoker that we're using here is a lot smaller and faster. The more people know about salmon, then the more likelihood we're going to have action to save the salmon. Yeah, because sometimes we don't really know what we're fighting for, but if we know everything about it, it's easy. It's easy to know that we should not pollute the oceans and not overfish the salmon and stuff like that.